It's an all-out brawl between the Optimus Primes and the Soundwaves. It looks like it's going to be a
Analysis of the signal is complete, Lord Megatron.
Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Mr. Stan coming back at you, and today we got another double review. You guessed it, it's the Netflix War for Cybertron Special Edition Optimus Prime and the Netflix Special Edition Soundwave. It's only fitting, I think, to do these as a double review simply because they were released at the same time, and of course, finally, I got them at the same time. Almost cost me a lunchtime coffee job. Actually, I did still have to get the coffee, but in any case, you probably know more about that if you go back to that shopping speedrun video that you just saw or haven't seen. Just go check it out later. But without further ado, let's get into this unboxing.
We're going to go ahead and look at the box a bit more briefly, just for a short time, just for those of you who want to see the box real quick. There you can see the nice Netflix box. You got Optimus Prime over here. He sort of's got his head turned right now. He's like, I don't want to be on camera just yet, Mr. Stan. And there we got Soundwave. He's just glowing red eyes, just staring straight at you, saying, hey, get me out of this box, and it will come soon. Let's go ahead and turn to the side. Whoop. One thing I really like about the Netflix boxes is the side artwork. You can see there you have Optimus Prime with his nice glowing blue eyes, and you got Soundwave with some nice yellow eyes, and their insignias on the bottom. I just love it. It's like something that you would put on your bookshelf, except it's called your toy shelf. And here is like Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3. Now, when you turn the back, there you got a nice depiction of the actual figures in their transformation, and they come with their accessories. Soundwave having Ravage and Laserbeak as his cassette tapes. Then you got Optimus Prime. Here, he especially comes with Interax and Shieldron, which are you could pretty much say they're two Battlecons, Microns, that come with this, with this special figure here, because the other versions of Optimus Prime don't have these accessories. Let's take a look on the other side. Then we've got the Netflix original series, of course, and on the bottom you have Toys R Us anti-theft stickers, but to be honest, I'm sure people just peeled them off if they were going to take a theft anyways. Also, one thing to remind you, we also have on the top left this kind of sticker here, and believe it or not, no matter what your friends say, if they actually have the sticker on the box, they did not actually buy it from a shop somewhere locally, or otherwise if that shop actually bought it from Hong Kong. These are the Hong Kong distribution labels, and this is pretty much stating that this distribution came from Hong Kong. They are now out of the box, but still inside their plastic encasing. There you can see there is Optimus Prime in his Earthrise form, and he's got his Interax and Shieldron right there. This really is pretty cool because you really pretty much have the Generation 1 feel Optimus right there inside the War of Cybertron series from Netflix. And of course, there we go again. There we have, wow, you can take a look right here. Those eyes actually kind of look like they're lit up. Look, check that out. Check it out. And then so pretty much, look, this version of Soundwave, because actually I don't have the Siege version of Soundwave. This looks really good. It looks like a very nice rendition of the Generation 1. And there you can see right there, he's got Laserbeak all up into his cassette, and you got Ravage right there. Both of these really I'm just starting to like this more and more already. I'll kick it off by looking at Soundwave first. And now that I kind of actually looked at it closely, pretty much that lighting area in his eyes is pretty much because the acrylic red is actually open from the top. So the light shining down from my lights pretty much shine down, giving him that nice glow effect. You can see it's almost like you put your finger on top of his head, turns off the lights, turn on the lights. Really cool. I wish they actually do that with a lot more other figures later in the future. Nice to have that. You can see that acrylic open up there, so when the light shines down, you can pretty much see he's pretty much on off, man. On off. Anyways, looking at the whole mold, it just looks incredible. Of course, I apologize. I do not actually have the Siege version of Soundwave, so I don't have a comparison there, but I will have a comparison later with another Soundwave. But before looking at that, we're going to take a look at the coloration. There you got his nice, very nice dark navy blue, silver side panels, gray moldings on the side. I kind of like this whole yellow lining on the side over here with this, you could say, acrylic embroidery on the front, and also you can see the Decepticon symbol, and of course he's got his infamous mini rockets on here. I think they could have actually added a little bit of color in the middle, like red tips would be nice. On the side you got the buttons. These aren't, well, actually, can you push them in? No, you can't. They're just actually colored. It'd be nice if they had that spring-loaded part. the ejection button right here on the top right as normal, and of course you can fit the cassette tapes. Let me go ahead and just pull out Laserbeak going in. There we are. Slide in, and there you have it. There you go, and inject them out, and they can just go into wing mode, which is really cool. On the back, what do we have? Well, on the back, there you go. You got his play button already on the side. Play and fast forward, rewind. That's nice. They have them actually all labeled out for you. He does come with a couple of other accessories besides the cassette tapes. He has his own single blaster right here. This right here actually comes standard, and pretty much you can put it on the back. If he's not going to be using it, just stick it on the back right there. I think actually we'll reverse that because it actually comes this way as well. So there you go. On the back right there. He also comes with an additional blaster, which I was kind of like curious because I've actually never seen this sort of weapon used by Soundwave before. I guess I have to go, maybe it's only for Netflix, but I wasn't sure that he had an additional blaster like this, even in the G1 cartoon. I could be wrong. Everyone, please, throw a comment below in the comment section if you know if he's used this type of weapon before, other than the Megatron gun himself. If he's used something weapon, I don't know about it. I might have to do some more research on it. I am not sure. So there he is, and of course, as I mentioned, he does come with 2 cassettes. You can see here his Ravage, and here is Laserbeak, and the detailing on this quite nice right here. As you can see, it's got this nice turnaround. Japan, and let's see, MC60A, kind of like the old cassette tapes were. Decepticon insignia over there on the side. And if you want a comparison here, let's compare it to an MP size. This is not Ravage, actually. This is Jaguar. Actually, I'm not sure where I put my Ravage, so I don't have the MP Ravage tape right now. But if you just look at size comparison, it's not that much. It's not that much bigger. If you can see, it's only a fraction bigger more with the MP size, as opposed to this Earthrise Netflix Earthrise Netflix version here. And yeah, pretty much, I mean, I do believe this actually has more detailing involved with it, to be honest, than the Masterpiece series does. But we'll see later when they're transformed. And of course, the same thing goes with here. This is the Masterpiece Laserbeak, and this is here the Earthrise Laserbeak. And check out the detailing on the Earthrise. Check out those details on the wings. It's like different, circuitry components, but this definitely keeps up with the tape mode. If you want to be more accurate, obviously you're gonna have to look like this, simply because when he's transformed, they should look like a tape. This one more looks like, you could say, a Cybertronian briefcase. Before, I wanted to do a size comparison with another Soundwave, and what I'm talking about is obviously going to be the Masterpiece Soundwave. So this is the Masterpiece Soundwave, and you can see pretty much the Earthrise version of Soundwave right here from Netflix. You can see a good size difference. I mean, you didn't see much in the tapes, and I'll show you again in the cassette tapes. There wasn't a considerably big difference in the cassette tapes, but there is a considerable difference in the MP size and, of course, the Earthrise. I've actually been told, or I've read on the forums, I kind of believe that this version of Soundwave is almost kind of as detailed, or if not articulate, as just like, the MP style. It's almost, you could say, my kind of like a small MP version in a way, simply due to the detailing and articulation for this figure. But just taking a look just randomly, you can see pretty much, I mean, apart from what I just mentioned about those missiles on the side, they could have just colored it in, and you could have colored it in yourself, but pretty much this is quite accurate to the G1 version, and minus the fact that this has gold lining, this is yellow lining. You don't have that embroidery inside the screen. Decepticon symbol's the same. Now the play buttons here are basically from the front. These don't have the actual English description on the side, and it's actually on the back, which is actually kind of strange. If you actually turn this around, you don't have that same format with the MP. There you have the MP. Okay, there we got his blaster cannon attached. Again, shoulder on the back. I mean, if anything, the representation is actually not too bad from what they have. You can take a look. Instead of having all navy blue on the Masterpiece, let me go ahead and put the camera back in focus. You can take a look that they have here all navy blue on the legs. All right, this almost actually looks like more of a type of shortened version. I mean, this one obviously with the Masterpiece, he's got a more extended legs, and colorations they're almost about the same, minus a few other details, but pretty much I would say that for being Generation 1 accurate at this scale size, this one actually is quite good. And wondering, the actual Earthrise, the cassette tape can actually fit. It can actually fit in the MP. As you can see right here, I just popped in the Earthrise Laserbeak and it pops in just fine. But then the problem is, you can pretty much guess, will the MP size here, will this MP Laserbeak fit inside? Well, let's take a look. No, absolutely not. So that that was pretty much a given, but hey, at least you guys can pretty much know now if you ever had that question in your mind. We're going to go straight to transformation, and no, we're not going to do Soundwave. We're actually going to do Laserbeak. Let's do the cassettes first, shall we? So the first thing we want to do is fold out the wings from each side. Just extend them this way, okay? Bring up the back like this and pull it back. You can see the head pops right out. You go ahead and fully extend the head like this, and then you're going to go ahead and raise the back like here, and then fold that back in. There's this booster, and the last thing is you want the Laserbeak feet to be pulled out like that. And there you go. Hello, Laserbeak. And let's compare it next to the Masterpiece Laserbeak. Wow, check that out. Both head sculpts virtually have a very good similarity with the yellow eye. And then we take a look at the wings. Okay, we can see the wings. Here is our Earthrise, and here is our Masterpiece. Of course, there's no insignia on these wings. There's only insignia of the Decepticons on the head. However, there's no insignia on this guy's head either. And then we're going to look at the little Laserbeak feet. Okay, there you go. Obviously, there is going to be a bit of a size comparison there, but we'll go ahead and put that back now on the side and go next to Ravage. Next up, we got Ravage. Here we got Ravage. There you go, that nice Decepticon cassette that says Japan on the bottom. The first thing you actually kind of want to do is pull out the legs, just like on the side from here. Pull out the legs, and then over here do the same thing. Pull out the legs, pull out the legs, okay? And then afterwards, you're going to fold the two front down, like so. All right, let's go ahead and fold it down right here. So pull these two legs down. All right. And then on the back, once you fold this down, you're going to go ahead and flip this over. So this is going to come and be flipped over. If you're going to take a look in just a moment, we're going to flip this out. Okay. Flip this out. So this comes out and you flip it over. Okay. And what you do is these legs now come back up and you just go ahead and rotate them around. Okay. Go ahead and rotate them around like this. Okay. And do the other side as well. Flip this up. Okay, and then rotate the leg down. And there you go, pretty much have it. And then his head's in the middle right here. As you can see, it's in the middle part. And we're going to go ahead and pull that out from the middle. Let's go and pull out from the middle. There you go. There's his head folding up front. And there you go. Now, this is the MP Ravage. Or, sorry, this is actually Jaguar. I told you I couldn't find, actually, my Ravage. So I've got Jaguar right here. And here, you've got the Earthrise form that goes with Soundwave. And, yeah, you can just take a look. Honestly, this guy kind of looks like he's got, you know, thick thighs, really, right? Here's you got those nice, slender legs that Ravage iconically has. So I think for this one, they could have maybe made these a bit thinner, possibly. That's just pretty much how I view it. We're gonna go ahead and transform Soundwave. Let's go ahead and do Soundwave, folks. So the first thing you want to do is turn him to the side, okay, and pull off his weaponry because you're gonna have to peg that in the legs later on. Let's go ahead and pull this off. Pull this off right here, okay? You can go ahead and pull this back open because this is where you're going to slide his head back. It's very similar, actually. The transformation is almost similar to how you would transform the Masterpiece, okay? Basically from here, we want to go ahead and swap the whole waist so that now you have the side that actually has the wording right there, okay? And you also want to go ahead and get ready to flip out these flaps right here on the side because these will come out later pretty in handy, way to pretty much configure what's the front when you do that. All right, and the next thing you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and fold in the hands just like this. Hands go inside from both sides, and just like the MP, you're going to go ahead and fold you want to fold these arms back, but when you do it, make sure you have this groove. Make sure you have this groove like this shape right here facing the silver part when you pull these back, because you're going to fold it back like this and it's going to snap in from the shoulder. Let's go snap in here. Okay, let's see if I can get this focus back in. Focus, everybody, focus. Focus! Where's the focus? Oh boy. Let's see if I can focus. Okay, focus! There we go. Alright, so we're going to focus back. So here you can see that it's going to go inside the little tab. There you are. And do the same thing for the other side. Bring this back. Okay, make sure that this is facing the silver part right there. And these are going to tab down here. And this is obviously going to tab inside the back of his the back shoulder right there. So there you go. All right, so these again, as I mentioned, there you go. Nope, almost there. All right, there we go. And the back here is going to tab inside. Make sure it's nice and tabbed. There we go. There we are. All right, all secure. Okay, next thing you're going to do is go ahead and twist the leg. Well, first off, you need to open the hatch over here to fold the legs inside. Or the feet, sorry. Bring this out. So when you bring this out of the leg, pull this, extend this out. And then now, what you want to do is fold the leg back inside and go ahead and close the leg, okay? And close the leg so that basically the foot and the cover here is going to go up to the front. Let me go ahead and put that in. All right. And this is going to snap down just like this. All right. So do the same thing with the other side. There you go. Pulls out, puts this foot right inside, pull this down. Okay. Squeeze. All right. And then you're going to snap this down. There you are. And the next thing you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and twist the leg. Okay. Sorry. Twist the foot so that you have the wording over here on the front. So we got that record battery right there. And this is going to peg in right here on the side. Okay. So we're going to peg this on the side. There we go, all pegged inside, okay? And same thing here, make sure that you've got the gold part in the front where the opening for the cassette to put in is in the front, and snap that in, and there you have it. Bob is going to be everybody's, oops, sorry about that. Bob, as I was going to say, is going to be everybody's uncle once you're finished. And the last thing is, you're going to go ahead and peg in the weapons. Now, in the instructions, it says you want to peg them over here, but to be honest, I can see you can peg them here, there, anywhere really, because, you know, they've got the slots in there for it, so it doesn't actually have to go where they said. But if you want to follow how the instructions ask, you can just put them on the side right here, which is what's required. And then you have that other blaster like this, and you can pretty much put this one in the middle. All right, let me go ahead and snap this in. There we go. And this one can go right here if you like, or it can be turned around. It's really strictly up to you. There's the blaster right there, and there's the front. See, it's just quite pegged. Make sure also you got this side on the bottom is pegged in the front. There we go. And this one over here also pegged in the front. And finished. There we are, kids. Or, sorry. There we are, everybody. There it is, everyone. It's pretty much done. You've got our now Earthrise Sound Blaster Netflix ready to do some action, everyone. And let's go ahead and bring out the MP for comparison. And you can see, wow, check it out, everyone. It does have some similarities to the G1 field, don't you think? Obviously, this doesn't have the chrome that the MP has, but honestly, they, you know, side by side. Okay, actually, I kind of get the bulkiness is about roughly the same, except for the size. And then you have on the top, okay, you got different, let's see, attachments on the side from here. And let's go ahead and turn around the back. There we go. And that's how they look. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. I think roughly the transformation is almost a bit similar to what the Masterpiece is like. But as far as the actual general look, style, feel, it really does look very similar. I mean, just a little bit of the size is off. I mean, you know, the size comparison, it's just, this one obviously is bigger, a bit heavier, but it's not too far off. Now it's time for us to look at the main man himself, Earthrise Optimus Prime, and I must say they did a really good job to make this a very nostalgic Generation 1 feel. Everything from, you can see from the windows, to the wipers, to the grill, to just every detail on it is just really, really well done. You can see over here, I mean, honestly, if you all do get this Netflix edition of Optimus Prime, you will not be disappointed again. They could have made the smokestacks a little bit taller, in my opinion, but still okay. I'm not complaining. I really do like the whole representation for the most of it, and he is really, you know, just a solid figure. I would say that if you were going to get a Prime, this would be definitely the Prime that you would want to get from this series. If you're just looking for one, I think almost indefinitely, I would definitely have to go for this one. Although it doesn't come with a trailer, I just like the whole coloration, decoration, and detailing of it. That comes with what is it? I think microns, which it called. This one is called Shieldron. And you can say it's an energy type of shield. Right here, his peg pretty much unhinges, and you can just hook it onto Prime's shoulder like that. Well, on his forearm. And then, of course, it comes with Interax. Now, Interax is very interesting because I don't actually know enough information about where this guy was from in the whole Transformer timeline. Was he an actual, I guess you could say from Transformers Energon, it could have been. So it can, you know, pretty much he's got, it's kind of like Micron right there, Battle Master. It could be even like you could say a Target Master. And of course, it's got originally the Prime Blaster. There you go. There's the Optimus Prime gun that we all know and love. You know, that just totally just blows away. I mean, the Constructicons used it. Everyone wanted it. It's just a major weapon. And it can fold, to let you know. It can be actually folded, so it can be stored on his back, where there's a peg right here, so you can actually carry it on the back. And also, if you all were able to get the Netflix Centurion drone with the weaponizer pack, they came with an additional, you could say, wow, much longer Prime gun right there. And I'll show you guys just the size comparison. This one right here is supposed to be his original Prime gun, you could say, the more generation standard feel. And this is, of course, the one that came with the Netflix box. And you can just take a look already at the size difference. I'm going to go ahead and pull that down. It's just this one that came with the weaponizer pack is just so much more longer and massive. And obviously it does go ahead and you can pretty much peg it inside. Oops, sorry about that, Prime. Go ahead and peg it inside, and there you go. It goes in right in there. Still got it right there with his axe shield drawn. And you can still use, actually you could just, you know, you can have double guns. Let's go ahead and double gun him, man. Let's guns akimbo, Prime akimbo, you know. Blast and just dual guns right there. There you go. Pretty much, here we go. Prime blasters. One short, one long. And there you have it. He's just ready to just go ahead and just tear all the Constructicons, Megatron, Soundwave, everybody, just blow them up. Now, in case you're wondering, when you do open up his chest, well, let's take a look right here, everybody. We're going to go and open up, and that is right. He does actually carry the Matrix. That's the Matrix for you. Whereas you could say the Siege version of Optimus and Nemesis, they both don't have it, but he does. With the Earthrise, you do get the Matrix right there. It's nothing particularly special. It's only got one side that actually has the acrylic. Obviously, if you were to put an LED inside, it'd be definitely much more shining and more spectacular. But that is a very good note to have, that this version of Optimus does come with the Matrix of Leadership. One more point to note is that if you also got that weaponizer pack, you know you would have had pretty much Sideswipe's jetpack. And did you remember from the original Generation 1 series, Prime actually used his jetpack in one of the episodes right here.
Give me your rocket pack.
My rocket pack?
Now!
Yeah, right.
This is crazy, Prime. You'll never catch it. I'll be back, Jazz. It's done! We've seen the last of the Autobots and Optimus Prime!
Not yet, Megatron. Prime is right behind us.
And so we can pretty much say that if you want to, you can actually, yeah, you can fit this right on. There you go. You got Sideswipe's jetpack right here, ready for Prime to just jet off and just chase after Megatron when he was going nutty that time in that episode. It's very nostalgic if you remember that episode. Prime is holding those dual blasters right there. Let's go ahead and take off the two Microns, or you could say these target type of weapons, you could say. Energon weapons that actually are bots, and show you their robot form. So for Shieldron, it's quite simple. Just flip this up. Not anything too complicated. Flip it up, flip this part of the shield, and you can unhinge his legs right there and unpeg, and there you go. He's pretty much, that's it. He's ready to go, just like that. You can see from the detailing, you can sort of see his face. It is quite dark. It is a very dark black mold, so you're not going to see too much detail on that. We're going to go for Interax. Interax is actually, he's very similar, if you ask me, to like Laserbeak. So over here, we're going to go ahead and pull out his legs. There's his legs. And here, these sides are his wings. You know, the blades are actually his wings. And we're going to go ahead and flip out his head. I'm going to go and flip out his head right here. He kind of reminds me kind of like a huge, like a smaller version of Swoop, if you ask me. Let me see if I can pull that. There's the head right there. And there's the legs right here on the bottom. And there's his wings. And there you have it. That is Interax in his bird form. Just to give a comparison with another Prime, I'm going to actually use a MP scale. Actually, this is actually a KO MP. It's not the actual MP4, but the KO version of the MP4. And pretty much, if you take a look at it, just like you saw previously with the, whoops, sorry about that MP Prime. If you look at it right here from this scaling, you know, there's a lot of similarities. Obviously here, you're not going to get that like translucent, clear window that you have in the MP scale. But as far as detailing goes, I really do think that this, again, similar to the Soundwave and the MP Soundwave, you can pretty much say that this is kind of similar to having like a MP size or an MP type of Prime in a smaller size. Obviously, it's a lot larger, but And maybe not as detailed as you would like, but still pretty darn close if you ask me. Really darn close. The colorations of these two are quite different. Size is really different, but I think for the most part, if you're looking at the depiction and the detailing, you know, really, it is actually quite considerably like a masterpiece type for this type of Netflix Prime. Time for transformation, and I must say, I believe, you know, for myself, I find this as a very easy, not stressful transformation. First thing I like to do, and again, you don't have to follow me, you can follow the instructions when you do get your Prime, but first thing I kind of like to do is I like to flip up these flaps right here on the legs, just like so, and pull them up because later they're going to be needed so that they can go into trailer mode. And then you go ahead and tab them in right away. One other thing I found out was basically the detailing on the feet. You don't actually have like the red, you know, you don't have the red brakes in the back or the signal lights in the back like you do with the other Primes. But you know, it's still okay. We'll get more to that a little bit later. All right, next thing you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and fold in his hand. So pull these flaps up. Go ahead and rotate, put his hands inside, and then you're going to try to put Prime into his Jesus mode. Sorry, I was saying Jesus mode. There you go. It's christening mode right there. And what you want to do next is you're going to go ahead and pull up the front like this, okay? Pull up the front, and then you're going to also unhinge the back right here. We're going to fold this back up. So we're going to go ahead and fold out these wheels right here like this, okay? Fold that back, and then you're going to swivel all the way around. So now you've got the front, as you can see, it's almost in his trailer mode, in fact. And then you're going to go ahead and roll up Prime like that so that you got the wheels this way. And while you do that, you're going to go ahead and pull these wheels down. Next thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and pull this out, okay? Because this is actually going to be his front. Untab these, or go ahead and untab these parts right here. As you can see, these parts right here have to be spread out because later they're going to combine, or they're going to go ahead and tab in. And the side of the hips right here, you want to pull these back as well. These two parts right there and right there also have to go out. You can go ahead and put these wheels in, and then what you want to do is go ahead and pull the arms back. And one more thing, go ahead and pull the back out right here, and you can go ahead and begin to fold, okay, Prime's head inside, and then go ahead and tap it inside just like this. All right, and then of course, let's go ahead and we'll put the front down like so. All right, tab this into the top because then you got his windows right here. There you go, tabs in nicely, and there's a tab underneath that's going to go underneath so that you can tab this down. Okay, go ahead and rotate the arm like this, and you're going to bring the arm inside. Okay, just like this. All right, so the arm's going in. All right, do the same thing with the other side. Go to this side, bring in the arm so that you have the silver lining. It's going to be out. All right, now this part right here, once you get the tabs in, all right, this is going to come down, okay, and they're going to hinge onto the blue parts that you had actually had from the legs. So these are going to go under here. Finally, the final part is you're going to go ahead and tab in the sides, tab in the windows, okay, tab in these parts. Oh, there's one part missing. Okay, there we go. And tab that in, and you should be go. Okay, push down, make sure everything's nice and secure. Okay, and there you have it. There it is. He is ready to go, folks. He is ready to go. Did mention before, I don't actually have the other Prime with the trailer. Instead, I have Nemesis Prime with the trailer, and I'm going to go ahead and slap Nemesis Prime trailer on the back, just like this. It fits in because virtually the same thing. And you can see how it rolls now with the Nemesis Prime trailer, black. Kind of different, isn't it? You're kind of like, whoa, wait, why are you using Nemesis Prime trailer? Because basically I just wanted to, you know, save a little cost, and I didn't really care too much to get the other Prime with his trailer, simply because I'd have a bit too many Primes. Well, you can never have enough Primes, but I just prefer to just go this way. It's an all-out brawl between the Optimus Primes and the Soundwaves. It looks like it's going to be a fierce battle as MP Optimus Prime is taking on MP Soundwave. Not to mention you got the Netflix Soundwave against the Optimus Netflix Soundwave. They're all matched up. Actually, it's quite unequal because guess who's behind them? Oh my goodness, it's the Toy World Devastator! There he is right there, Toy World Devastator, and he's strutting a huge long sword. What's gonna happen to these two? Are they gonna be taken out, wiped out? Are they gonna be clean slate? Who's gonna help them? Oh no! Here goes, we have a sound coming down. Something is big is approaching. What's going on? Whoa! Boom! Wait a second, that's not right. It's actually another Optimus Prime! And this Optimus Prime right here is about the most massive Optimus Prime on the market. That's right, it's the Atlas Optimus Prime from the Lewin Company, and it is the biggest Optimus Prime that is transformable on the market today. What do you think is gonna happen, Devastator? What do you think you're gonna do? Whoa, I don't think he can. That's right, run for it. Looks like in the aftermath, MP Soundwave is just totally taken out. Devastator Toy World is also taken out. And it looks like MP Optimus Prime is stuck with the Netflix version of Optimus Prime to help feed the animals. That's right, you always gotta make sure you take care of the animals, don't you? Oh, and by the way, it looks like Atlas Optimus Prime has a new tape player. You ready to try out those new tunes, Optimus? Oh!
Hey everyone, thanks for watching the review. I hope you all like it. In my opinion, both of these figures, Soundwave and Optimus Prime, this Netflix special edition, are a very good addition to your collection if you all choose to get it. I really wouldn't want to pass it up for myself. Even if I did have the original Siege version of Optimus and the Siege version of Soundwave, I would still want to actually go ahead and get this set simply because they are very close to the original Generation 1 series cartoon. In my opinion, they look very, very nostalgic feel. Not to mention they give you those additional accessories, and of course at the same point, okay, you're gonna get the matrix of leadership with Optimus, where I didn't get that with Nemesis, and I didn't get that with that 35th anniversary of Optimus Prime, the Siege version. So you guys can hold out until your shipments arrive, but if you do have them in those Walmarts and Targets, definitely, you know, try to get a pair. It is really good to have it. Even if you do have the other two, just go get this one. I really give it a thumbs up to go for it. There's really not many flaws on here. I mean, the only thing I could really see was maybe through Optimus's transformation. There's a couple of things could have been done a little bit better, but still, it's a really, really nice figure to have. And I'm glad I was finally able to get it, because like these things sell out like hotcakes here in Hong Kong, and we don't even know when the next ones are gonna come in, if they're gonna come in, right? Sorry that this video took so long to come out, because as you know, this shopping vid that I bought these two figures out was done about 3 weeks ago, last October. And it's been quite a while already, and I've been just like, again, you all seen in between, there have been other shopping videos I've been doing, and tomorrow I'll be working on another special video for a really surprise for everyone to see what's happened within these past couple days. You guys will not even imagine what has happened. It actually has something to relate to my shirt. Not really, anyways. Okay, everyone. So again, if you all like this video and you want to see more of this content, you know what to do. Subscribe and hit that alert button, of course, to get up to date when I get these videos out. I'm Mr. Stan, and I'll see you all on the next video.